We do have a quorum today, so we will be taking a vote on the minutes, but we're gonna open up the meeting by roll call vote. So Sean,
Aye.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Bob DeToma, Lucas, Holly, and Cindy are not in attendance tonight. And Justin Stone, sorry, Justin is here as well. So with that, we're gonna open up with the approval of 2 previous minutes for our meetings. I believe it was December and January were the minutes that
Yeah.
you sent out, or
Mhm.
November and January, excuse me.
Yep.
So did everybody have a chance to review those? Are there any changes?
No changes from Andy.
All right. None heard, then we're going to approve through a roll call vote. So Yvonne, just since you're new and I kind of just sprung the roll call on you, what will happen is I'll call your name and you say I'll need a motion to approve the minutes as written, and then we'll do a roll call vote where I'll call your name and you say aye, and we'll
Yes.
go around the room that way. So can I get a motion to approve the minutes as written?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I have a motion, can I get a second?
Second.
I have a second. So roll call vote to approve the minutes. Yvonne?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Justin is aye. The minutes are approved as written. Today is probably going to be a fairly short meeting. I don't really have a lot of things. Just wanted to give some updates to the team. I did build the Google Drive. I sent out a link to everyone. So if you did not receive that, just shoot me an email, or if you're having problems getting into it, shoot me an email. I will admit I need to do better at pulling my documents from the Google Drive. I did not update this agenda from the Google Drive. I updated it from my personal drive. So you will not see this agenda on there. I gotta go home and re-upload it. And then the same with the committee calendar. Yvonne, just to give you a background on this, so we do a lot of things through this committee and the trustees committee, and it was getting a little hard to keep track of everything and make sure that everybody was involved. So we put together an event calendar starting this year. So what you'll see is Bob is working to get it uploaded onto our website on the town, but we're going to start tracking when things are happening, when we're doing things on this event calendar. So Bob does have the update. Once we post it, you know, as things get added or deleted or changed, we'll go in, we'll work with Bob to get those updated and things. But if you think of anything between now and our next meeting that we need to add, just shoot me an email and I'll update it and get it with Bob.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then Jeff brought on a new veterans agent. His name is Jonathan Dixon. So him and Jeff are splitting their time between the towns. I can't remember when he said, I think Jonathan will be here on Tuesdays, is what Jeff told me. But I have his email. I've included his email on the invites that I send out for this meeting. So you feel free to go in there and you can pull it from that invite that I sent out. And then with that, the last thing that we really had to talk about is just wanted to start some early planning for the Memorial Day Parade. This is focused more on what we're going to be doing from the committee side. So specifically inviting the select board, Representative Marini and Senator Moore. We talked last time about potentially getting Worcester Sound out here. We mentioned getting wreath boxes and then honoring John Simpson. So those were the things that I tracked that the committee said that we would start planning now. This is on top of the stuff that we normally do with the Legion and the Post. So with that said, I just want to open it up, make sure I'm not missing anything that we want to get in front of now.
Well, so it was brought up about Mr. Simpson, but Mr. Hanley had also made a good point about Mr. Wayner, and I was thinking of that myself on my way over here, about perhaps honoring him as well. He's a 94-year-old Korean War veteran. So he's also been the chaplain of the VFW post in South Grafton for almost 4 decades, if not more.
Okay.
So, but another thing we do have to think of is when we are honoring these nice gentlemen and servicewomen, is that some people may get possibly upset that they didn't get selected, things like that, for future reference, or something to keep in the back, the old brain housing group.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a great idea that we do it. So
Okay. Yeah.
definitely
And
shows appreciation.
I don't think there's anything stopping us from it. This goes well. You know, if we do it, if we start it now,
Right.
if we want to add to it, we can do that. I'd say we probably want to limit so it's not, you know, reading off the
Correct.
the roll call
Yeah.
list.
The honor roll, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's different things we can do.
To
Absolutely.
your point, we could honestly say, you know, yes, we've started doing this. This is fairly new,
Right.
right? And there's only so much time in the program,
Correct.
okay? So that's all I would say.
Right.
You don't need to elaborate on it. If someone does mention it, whatever, hey, what about my uncle, what about this? Say,
Right.
okay, fine, present his name, you know, we'll get a little more background information, and we go
Absolutely.
forward from there.
Definitely vet them. So,
Okay.
I
So,
mean, we've been doing this for Mr. Prout now. We did it last year,
yes,
and we've done it before for him. Okay, so,
I'm only aware of last year.
yeah, we've done
Yeah.
it twice for him.
Okay, all right,
So, I brought up Mr. Simpson,
yes,
and Mr. Weiner was sitting right here, and I really didn't wanna say anything in front of him about it, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm
Okay.
saying something now, so.
sure.
Should there be like, I don't want to say requirement, but that's kind of the only thing. If they like, you know, hey, we honor you if you attended so many or above a certain age, or would that kind of help out with
maybe
that?
age would be a better restriction perhaps. I know
Right.
that's tough, you're like, you know, you got someone who only makes it to 88 and
Yeah.
so I think each situation should be kind of evaluated on its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I agree, yeah, I
take
think
it
the
case by
age,
case.
age factor would play more into it than anything else.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
these guys have been participating,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
meaning marching and whatever.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, there's maybe some other people who haven't done a thing.
Correct.
that's true.
They probably belong to the post, but they haven't particited in
Yeah.
marching or anything else,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
So
these
post
are just
activity,
two that, you
that could be
know.
another
Yeah.
thing as well.
Yeah. Because just thinking of how we can word this, and maybe if we word this to the point where it's like for supporting the Memorial Day parade for so many years, if we like, and then that kind of takes some of this that, well, why am I not getting
Yeah.
that stuff?
That would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
So do we have criteria or we're establishing it now?
I would say a rough criteria at the moment. Nothing's really hard set at this current point in time. But it should still be a case by case type of thing, so.
Yeah, and Yvonne, thank you for criteria. That was the word I was actually looking for earlier.
I knew that.
I have been brain fried all day today, so English is tough with me right now, tougher than normal. But yeah, because what I'm thinking is if we have that, we can put that into the statement that's read
Mm-hmm.
on why we're honoring them is further support for the parade. And their support to the Post and the Legion and that kind of stuff, but I think that would help.
Mhm.
So, the other thing, I did mention this to Jeff, and I think he did the one last year,
Yes.
so he was aware of all of this stuff, so I'll just get with you after and
Alright.
make sure that I get the second name spelled properly.
Absolutely.
And, I'll reach out to him and say, hey, this is what we wanna do, and work with him on it, him and, John Dixon, the new one.
Very good.
So inviting the select board, I've got to follow up with Bob to see if he might have already reached out to Representative Meridian and Senator Moore. Sometimes he's pretty quick with that stuff. The select board, I am already on their calendar for the 4th of July parade. in March, I'm getting added to one of their agendas, so I can go ahead and do the Memorial Day is coming up as well. We're gonna want y'all to come out, support, say a few words. And then I think what worked really well last year was we also sent them an invite. I can't remember, do you remember, did we do it like a paper or was it an email? Bob would remember.
Yeah, I think it was an email.
I think it was an email as well.
I don't remember us, talking about a letter at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we'll do that as we get closer to the parade. But I'm pretty sure that, Andy Jefferson, Anne Marie Foley, they'll be out.
Yeah.
They normally support Matt Often, they normally support
Yeah.
us, so.
Mm-hmm.
Worcester Sound. So they are $2,500 for the event. They do music, they have microphones, they have a nice speaker set. However, Evan did purchase a new audio system. It's a little bit better than what we had, but the benefit of it is we think that the speakers from the system we used last year will also connect to this, so we can get up to 4 speakers.
That would be very helpful.
Yes.
Now, it's not like we can have yards of cabling,
Right,
because
no.
then we start to lose some of it, but we should be able to spread it out, and maybe kind of surround the audience a little bit better. So do we want to pursue Worcester Sound, or do you want to try with the new set?
I mean, yes, sir.
With the new set, does it have to be cable? It's not Bluetooth at all?
No.
So you have to run wire.
Is it-
As far as I know, I haven't
No.
actually seen the new
Well,
set.
let's look and see if we can do both. If not the receiver, whatever sends the sound out.
Transmitter,
The what?
transmitter.
Thank you. Yeah, we're all struggling today.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, if it could be both, if it could be cabled and possibly Bluetooth, similar to like, your when you put a
Yeah.
wireless mouse
Yeah,
on your computer,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put a little whatever inside and it makes it Bluetooth. So maybe, I think let's ask that question before we talk about spending, because to me, that's,
$2,500 is a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a big
I don't know what your budget is here, but
well, it's not,
wow,
that would be a big.
2,500 would put a dent, probably a dent.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, yeah,
Okay.
so,
I won't be able to do as much with the 4th of July parade. or
Yeah,
with
yeah.
our other events if we do
Yeah.
that.
But
But
now, if you have to run wire, you gotta be careful that people don't trip and stuff on this
Yes.
thing. Would you have to run it along the fence line,
yeah, mm-hmm.
and
What-
that's it?
what I've done in the past with, like, what I'll do for the 4th of July parade is I actually put hazard tape around where the wires are at, and then I just keep, like, I'm there posted in the middle, kind of monitoring those wires, because it's usually my iPad that we're playing the music off of.
Okay, okay.
We would have to do something similar. I would probably put that hazard tape up between the speakers and the posts and things, and like,
Okay.
this is where it's at. But you're right, yeah, it's something we would need to consider. And I didn't mean to throw this on you, because obviously we need to bring Carmen in on this
Oh,
as well. So it's more along the lines of, if we want to do this, then I probably need to reach out to Worcester Sound now
Yes.
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
hold it.
Yeah,
But if we're good with trying the new speaker set,
I like to take care of things in-house, so we
That
can
works.
give it a go, and then maybe if it's not so good, we can do a little bit of fundraising next year and
yeah.
try to help
Well-
out some more.
one thought, which you could probably speak to this, what if we go overhead? How high do you think you'd have to be on the speaker side and then on the common? If you could put a mast, attach it to one of those granite posts on the common side,
mhm.
how high you think it would have to be? 20 feet?
No.
So,
I mean,
okay,
the average person's 6 feet.
just to get,
so-
yeah, right, well, I'm allowing for this.
Yeah, but the average person's at 6 feet, so, I mean, you could, where the flags go on the, where you put the flags up?
Yeah.
And there's 4 of them that go around,
Yeah,
but you only need, from, we're on the congressional church side,
Yes,
so if you have a couple speakers facing the people,
right,
and then you have a couple of speakers facing us, you said you have 4.
yeah,
So you run them along the fence line, and you could probably go out maybe 10 or 15 feet
Yeah.
on each side of where the actual mic is.
so if
Yeah.
the
it.
transmitter, as you said, is on the church side, we go up and over to the common, and 2 more speakers at the
But
common.
when you say up and over, you mean what now?
Putting a mast behind the speaker,
Mm-hmm.
and a mast at the common, and then running a wire overhead.
Almost like a telephone
You mean
pole.
across the street, you mean? Across the road?
Yeah,
The only thing we'd have to worry about is when we're coming through with all the flags, so.
Yeah,
Any kind of traffic,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
any kind of traffic.
Yeah,
That too.
yeah. See, I mean, you got the mic,
yeah,
which is close to the fence area.
yeah,
There's a fence there that goes around the whole
Yeah.
common,
Mhm.
okay?
right,
So I don't know if there's gonna be a wire from the mic to wherever there's a transmitter or whatever, I don't know. Is the mic your transmitter, or is there another piece of equipment that they have?
It's
The
another
mic
piece.
goes into the, well, so the old equipment, and I'm told there's not a lot of difference between this and the new one, except
Yeah.
for it's a little bit newer, maybe it's probably a little bit more advanced. But the old one, the mic, it was a cable mic.
It's a cable, yeah.
So the transmitter is the box
Right,
itself.
right.
The other thing that I don't know yet is can you connect the additional speakers to the original speakers
Yeah, yeah.
and piggyback to get them farther away? Or, because
Yeah,
now, now those speakers need to be boosters as well to boost the signal out,
Yeah,
and I don't
right.
know.
Right.
So I think that there's some stuff, we could possibly make it work. We may have to pull maybe the microphone is closer to the common. We move the speakers kind of more instead of in the front to the sides
Yeah.
of the people, so now they're in the middle of it all. Like, I
Who-
think there may be some
Who at
things.
the town is in charge of that?
Evan purchased it, so we would work with him on it.
It's not the cable TV people.
I don't think so. But we didn't know that they had it.
Okay.
Evan purchased it because he kept telling me he was gonna purchase it.
Okay.
So we keep harassing him every year.
Right, but I
Um,
don't think
but-
Evan is the one who is out,
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
gotta have somebody
right,
who's,
right. I think
Yeah.
it may just fall on these
unless it's
guys.
William.
That's what I don't know, because Bob didn't tell me that it belongs to him now, when we
Right.
talked.
Yeah,
So I know it's not here yet.
right,
It could be William.
Okay.
I know Evan he knows all about this stuff, so it's definitely within that front office for right now.
Okay.
Yep.
If Evan has not received it yet, is there a chance for someone to contact the vendor to see how much additional cost it would be to purchase the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth, version of that system? And then we could probably cough up 1,500 or 2,000 towards it one time to update it to something we can use Wi-Fi.
Yeah, my understanding is it's already here,
Okay.
that's already been purchased.
well, we didn't take it out of the box yet.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, if it hasn't been opened yet and we haven't used it yet, can we return it and get an upgraded version that uses Bluetooth?
Yeah, I don't know.
well,
Yeah,
Very good question.
I'll have to wait. I think Bob gets back next week.
Okay.
So I'll shoot him an email on all this. I've talked to the town about why is the common not set up with Bluetooth speakers,
Yes,
and then you bring in, you plug in all your
Yeah.
stuff. Like when they redid it, that was kind of a miss, I think,
Yeah.
given all the events that they do up there.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
I think there's something though that they'd have to take them down during the winter. Daryl's fine. He doesn't have enough to
I don't,
do.
the
Devin and
ball
Carol.
fields, most of your ball fields have Bluetooth speakers, they're not wired.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they stay up all year,
Okay.
so, okay.
Um,
That's a good point, Andy, thank you.
yeah.
So maybe we reach out to a couple of the guys who run the ball fields and ask them about maybe perhaps borrowing.
When you say the
speaker
ball, you're
system.
talking about Grafton? Or you're
Grafton,
talking
yeah.
about-
Well, I don't know about
Major League.
Grafton, but I'm talking about where I used to work. They were-
Oh, yeah, oh, okay, that's big time.
Yeah, that's,
We're just a small town.
yeah. I didn't know if any of the Little League
So,
parks were set up that good.
I
I'm
doubt
a
it,
member of,
Go ahead.
I'm a member of the Congregational Church.
yeah.
I can ask and find out what they've been doing, like for the, Harvest Fair and all that. I know
Okay.
that there was live, cause they had raffles and things like that.
Yeah,
And then there's a band, Heavy Larceny, that has been playing there, and they hook up speakers, so I can get in touch with, sorry, it's my dog.
no, that's
All right,
fine.
so-
Yes,
I'll get in
please.
touch with- Yeah, and see what I can find out about how they, put everything together.
Okay,
And this is, so we support the Legion and the Post with the Memorial Day Parade, the committee does, and then the committee also supports the 4th of July Parade. So both of those parades occur outside of the committee. It's a lot of the same members that help plan all of this stuff. So I'd be looking for assistance for both of those parades if we can find a high quality sound system. Cause this has been a struggle for
Oh, yes.
3-4 years since I've been here. I know it's been a struggle longer for y'all with the Memorial Day Parade, so.
well, we used to hire that company. I don't know who used to pay, I don't know who paid for it, but we used to have them.
Yeah.
In Worcester Sound, okay?
Yeah.
We used to have them at the Memorial Day parades years ago.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there was nothing. And then we used to yell as, for the, until the last couple of years,
Okay.
there was nothing. We used to read the list of deceased and so forth, and that was, at different areas around town, and that was just, by voice,
Mm-hmm.
so.
I'm gonna ask about the Bluetooth speakers again.
Yeah.
You know, with like JBL speakers, you can get a whole bunch of them together,
Yeah.
and you can run all of them off of one phone or device, so I'm sure there's a way we can do this a little bit more cost effectively too,
Right.
if this system doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But then it's just, recovering the speakers afterwards, so. Not that I would think
Yeah.
anybody would steal, but,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It would just make it easier if they were already installed.
Yes.
You hire somebody to come in and install them in the trees and
It's done.
just, yeah.
Right.
And then you only need like 4 speakers and you cover the whole common area,
Right.
so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those were the big things. The wreath boxes I'm keeping on here just as a reminder topic for me, but I'm not too worried about those. Those aren't anything crazy right now. We've got plenty of wreaths. They're still good. I think y'all went back and looked at them last time,
We
right?
did,
They
we
were-
have 16, I talked to Sean about this.
Yeah.
I'd like to request 12 more,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, 12 more. Because the ones we have now are pretty shatty, and, that's about all I need. I have enough markers, I have enough flags, we get enough flags, okay? So, the only thing we're missing is the wreaths that we had from last year are very serviceable, and I'd like to request at least 12 more.
Okay. Do you still have?
Hey, Justin,
Yeah.
I thought we initially, wanted to purchase enough for all of the locations, so we wouldn't have to, drag wreaths from one location to another.
Correct,
Did we initially talked about 80 or something? It was a big number, but I don't know how many we actually purchased of what we approved.
we have 60.
Andy,
Okay.
right now we have 60 wreaths. So
Okay,
if we
And
today decide to make a motion to purchase, say, 20 more,
Yeah,
that
but
might,
that's too many.
well, you need
For extra?
71 altogether.
I need, altogether, I'll tell you how many I need.
I was gonna say how many stops we have.
No, well, here's my problem. We actually need 79, okay?
Okay, so,
Well, okay, here's the situation.
Yes.
I don't like to put these at Grafton State Hospital,
Right,
Cause
That's
I'm
fair.
afraid somebody's gonna take off with it.
okay,
That's more than
Because
fair.
that place is not monitored,
yes,
okay?
okay,
So that's why I say, we have 60, I could use 12 more, that would give us 72,
mm-hmm,
minus the 7 that I don't need at Grafton State, cause I can use what we have at the Legion now.
yeah,
I have at least 7 that are in decent shape
Yeah.
that we can put over there.
okay.
So that's why I'm saying just 12, and that would do it.
But if we order 20 now
Yeah,
and we just keep 8 as spares,
if that's what you wanna do, that's fine too.
They were fairly reasonable to get.
Okay, okay,
And there may be a price break
Yeah.
going higher.
fine,
So I believe that's part of what we did last year.
okay, that's fine,
I-
no problem.
but I'm kind of with Andy though. I thought we ordered enough to cover all of them, but maybe we didn't.
We looked at what we had. Go ahead, Andy.
I think we approved 80 and we short purchased 60.
Yeah,
But I thought we approved 80 initially
That's what I was thinking too.
and we only bought 60.
Okay.
okay, if that's what you wanna do, fine.
Yeah.
Do you remember how much they were?
Under $18.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if we approve,
It's 360.
yeah, so if we get a motion to spend $500, not to exceed $500 to
okay.
purchase wreaths.
Sure.
Okay, then I'm good with it.
Yeah.
If everyone else is, I just need a motion.
Well, if I
Sean?
make a motion to purchase wreaths, not to exceed a sum of $500.
Can I get a second?
Second,
Second, okay, gonna do a roll call vote on the motion to purchase wreaths not to exceed the sum of $500. Yvonne?
Aye.
Andy?
aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Justin, aye. Motion is passed. Sean, will you order work with Bob to order?
Yeah, I'll go back through the vendor.
Okay.
You know what you need,
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. And then, like I said, the boxes, we can wait
Yeah.
until after. Let's take a look at what it is, how they are and stuff, and what
Yeah.
boxes make
Mhm.
sense.
I mean, if we keep them here, like
Yeah,
Sean said earlier,
Exactly. Yeah.
there's no problem.
As long as they're here in this building, then the cardboard is sufficient.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because over at the Legion, they're in plastic, but the
Yeah.
mice get into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get into the plastic cartons, but the tops of the cartons where they walk on and stuff,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yeah.
Cause they're there all winter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. All right.
Do you anticipate needing anything else for, we'll start with Memorial Day, other than wreaths holders? He says we have adequate markers.
How are you gonna make additional wreath holders?
We have enough.
We already made plenty.
Okay.
Thank you.
We need to do a little,
Alteration.
alteration on them, but other
Yeah,
than that,
other
we'll
than that,
be
they're
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else right now. I mean, Carmen may. And
Well, so I know you said you didn't wanna leave wreaths up at the Grafton State Hospital. Do we have plastic markers to put in place there instead of the nice bronze ones? We don't,
I'm sorry,
do
do
we
we have-
actually, put markers up at the Grafton State Hospital, like the actual ones, like?
At the graves?
Yes,
No, because it's not.
it's unmonitored, I was gonna say, I don't
Well,
know.
wait a minute, let me get back here. At the grave site, no, because nobody's cutting the grass.
Right.
So you don't even know where the markers are.
And it's
We
also,
put them right at where the monument is.
right, so we have them for that,
We have them for that.
but do we put plastic ones up there, or do we use the bronze ones?
We use
there?
plastic ones.
Alright, so that's more than sufficient for there,
Right.
because
Right.
people do
Hey,
take
Bill?
those.
Yes,
I just added another veteran, to the 14 that are at Hillcrest Cemetery. I was notified, did the research and notified, I believe it was, Jeff, that, a 15th would be added.
On that plaque?
Yeah, his name will not be on the plaque on the stone,
Okay,
but he will be honored the same as the other 14 are,
okay,
with an additional marker and flags, which I'll provide for you.
okay. Right, but like I say, we only put 7 flags there. Okay, I have 7 markers and we put 7 flags around the monument. We don't, well, let's say we don't. We haven't put flags at the actual grave site because
No,
we don't know where they are because the grass is not cut.
It's also very risky
correct,
because of the
Bill, but
conditions of some of the.
What I
graves.
appropriated, when I purchased the additional markers about 5 or 6 years ago,
Yeah,
were 14 to be surrounding that stone that has the metal plaque on it.
yeah,
You put 7, but we're supposed to, we were authorized to put the entire 14
Okay.
surrounding the rock.
yeah,
I'll try to make sure that you have the actually 15 now to put
Oh.
around that rock. And if you decide after Memorial Day to pull those markers, that's fine. But
okay,
they should be there for Memorial Day.
okay, great.
Marcus?
I can do that. As long as I have the markers, I can do that. We can put flags there too, on the markers.
Yeah.
That's great,
Yeah.
sure.
Very good.
And that's already, the flags are already in the count that I gave Jeff this year.
Okay,
Okay.
what was the count you gave him, do you know?
Oh, it's off the top of my head, I can't give it to you, I'd have to check my email that I sent him, but I will inform you of what that count is.
I mean, I don't know what the count is for the cemeteries. I know what my count is for the monuments, okay? But you're talking into the thousands here for the town.
Oh, yes, it's almost 9,000.
Okay,
No, excuse me, 1,900.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that's about 2,000.
Yeah,
9,000, oh my god.
no, hey, got the tongue stuck.
It's all right.
Happening to all of us today. Awesome, alright, is there anything else with Memorial Day we wanna talk about?
I know Mr.
Just one thing, Mike, before the J. Warren Houghton Memorial, dedication is scheduled for May 3rd, I believe. Yeah, May 3rd.
And that was the Civil War?
Civil War, yeah.
Yeah.
Civil War. I've inserted his name and his military record into the program that they provided to me. And, we have to now decide who we're gonna invite to that, similar to what you're gonna do for Memorial Day with the senator and representative. Grafton Historical wants to participate. Let's see, the posts have agreed to do a color guard and or, firing squad, Mike and Carmen. I've conversed with, Steve Trombley with the Grafton High School through a contact that Sean gave. And they've got me on their schedule for 2 buglers, the primary and the echo taps. I think what I'll do for next meeting is provide you guys with the program and see if you can find anything that we want to add or detract from. And then we'll get that printed and, I would like, similar to what we did for, Gold Star Mothers, I'd like to go in front of the select board to get it known to the town that we're gonna do this. So, because I cannot send an invitation to everybody that wants to attend. I will also, Justin, proceed with something you tried to do through the superintendent of schools, that anyone that wants to attend from the school, because it's on a Saturday morning, they're most welcome to attend.
Sounds good. I believe we have a trustees meeting in March, beginning of March.
Correct?
I think I'm gonna do one in March and April to align with, make sure that we've got everything handled for the ceremony.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
With that being said, Mr. Shellberg, if you do want a rifle detail, you would have to ask Carmen about that, because he has the weapons that are in good condition, and we have to find out about ammunition for those as well.
Correct.
So, as long as you're working on that with him, you should be fine
I'm
there.
working with both of you. He's committed to the color guard, even though it might be only 3 or 4 guys just for the American flag, state flag, and that the Sons of Union Veterans will provide a flag bearer and flag for their association with this event. And and Carmen is working on getting at least 5 for the rifle team.
Very good. And you said that was a Saturday morning, and what date was that again, sir?
May
May
3rd.
3rd, 11 a.m. Pine Grove Cemetery.
Very good, sir. Thank you.
I've also coordinated at the American Legion Post afterwards, commencing approximately 11:45 to perhaps 1:30, to have a coffee and warm-up session, because it is in early May. Meet and greet, so to speak, for anybody who wants to attend after the ceremony. I'd like Justin to have some kind of monetary budget to
Yep.
purchase coffee and, so we want to put that in a minute someplace.
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. We can, if you wanna think about, like, do we wanna do donuts or any kind of food and coffee? In the March meeting, when we meet with the trustees, we can take a motion at that meeting.
Okay.
And
yeah,
we'll
no,
use the
no, if-
trustees.
If not coffee and maybe like little, like small, grinders, like 2-3 inch grinders or something
Yeah.
like that, just some, finger food and coffee and beverages.
That works. Yeah, we did bushel and peck subs
Yeah.
and stuff for the comedy night,
Yeah,
and it was really good,
That
so.
worked out.
That'll
go for
very good.
That worked out very well.
Alright, anything else? Andy?
Nope, I'm all set.
Okay.
Oh, real quick, I am, go ahead, Rob.
Oh, you're fine.
You're
No worries,
fine.
Mr. Shellberg, you go right ahead.
For some reason, I can see you and I can see everybody else that's on this committee tonight, but I can't see me, and I'm back as Andrea, not Andy.
I did notice that.
Yeah, I noticed that too, but just for kicks, what the heck was it? Poof. Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm done for the night, I can remember what the hell I was gonna say.
no worries, sir. It's all good.
Okay.
I know, that's how I feel right now. Mike, you had something?
So we're still gonna have to coordinate more with Carmen, see what's going on there.
Yeah.
I think he had mentioned an early meeting,
Yeah.
so that'll be helpful when we go there for that.
I think in March.
March 20th, I wanna say maybe?
I think so, that sounds familiar, yeah.
So, we'll have more details there. I know my chaplain is working with him as well on some stuff regarding the ceremony for Memorial Day, so, we'll know from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
What I've asked, I know that I won't be able to attend that meeting just because of my work schedule, but, what I mentioned last time and what I wanna make sure that we're very clear on is, you know, what is the Legion and Post going to be handling,
Right.
and what do y'all expect us to handle? We'll do whatever it is that y'all want us to do, no problems with that. What I'm really afraid of is something falling through the cracks.
Well,
So.
so it's a new program, we're still very young, working together,
Yep,
so there's gonna be hiccups, and something happens every year.
oh yeah,
trust me, I know firsthand last year, I don't know if you heard about me, but
Oh, no,
yeah.
no, I didn't. But see, that's the thing is, you
So-
always think it's worse than it really is.
that's it, so.
Well, it's like the lock on the gate.
Yeah, the lock on the gate, we've had to improvise before on that one,
Yeah.
so
Yep,
these things happen,
okay.
Yeah.
so.
No, I think,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so that's all I got.
Um,
But you're gonna have a representative at one of the meetings, or all
Yes.
the meetings, so that takes care of it, you know. So as long as we're all communicating, and we seem to be doing that pretty good, I think we're gonna be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, I just remember what the two things I was supposed to bring up.
All right.
Number one would be, I'm working on a list for our corrections plaque for World War I, World War II, and Jeff is gonna start working on, trying to determine, who we have to, honor on the wall for those for Iraq and Afghanistan and all this other stuff. So that's in progress. I will give, the committee a list, what I have, and then you can add Jeff's missing to it before we make the plaque. The second thing is, and last thing is, we put the flagpoles at, the cemetery across the street from you guys, the old cemetery.
Yep.
But we have not done signage, okay? I'm not sure if the town is gonna do that, as they have in the other cemeteries, or something we have to bring to them to do.
we'll probably cover it through the trustees. I know that it was, at the time, it was on the list to do, but then we kept struggling to get the flagpoles installed, so we just pushed forward with getting the flagpoles, and we were gonna circle back to the signage, so, yeah, I'll add that to the agenda for March's meeting.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right, just going around the room. Yvonne, do you have anything that you'd like to bring up to the committee?
I really don't. I thought maybe I should introduce myself and
Yes.
tell you how I landed here.
Go ahead, please.
So I'm a Navy brat. My dad was career Navy and retired, then went on to work at AT&T. He passed at the beginning of the pandemic. I have a brother who went to West Point, and he left service as a major. I think he was a major. He's a doctor now. I have an uncle who was career Coast Guard. My paternal grandmother was involved in Navy Mothers Club, and then a lot of nephews also who did service too, and another brother. So my entire family is service oriented. I'm a nurse by day, and then I did want to mention too that I'm a professional calligrapher. So if you need anything done in the way of certificates for the ceremony that you're talking about, I'd be happy to do that.
All right.
Good to know.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Yvonne, so one thing you will learn really quick about me is I have a tendency to remember people's skills like that, and I call it in. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's like Sean's our local welder. And, you know, so, yes,
I would, I wouldn't offer it if I didn't mean it, so, yeah.
nope, perfect.
Sean is a blacksmith.
Blacksmith, yes, blacksmith, sorry.
Yvonne, Lucas is the one that puts together the, say, ceremonies, so he may be reaching out to you to have his speeches printed.
All right.
I'm also well versed in Canva, so I'm on the membership committee at the Congregational Church, and I do their flyers. So if you need flyers,
Very
yeah, I went to
That's a
school
good
for
one.
graphic
Yes.
design.
Yes,
Before I went to nursing
I
school.
struggle with that one.
We have a list. We'll have a list. I'll get it to you in email.
Yeah, good.
She's like, what did I just sign myself?
Yeah, what did I do?
A little bit about me. Name's Justin Stone. Been on the chair of the Veterans Advisory Committee since it stood up in 2021, I believe.
Yeah.
So this committee is relatively new. And then in 2023, I believe, the Trustees of Soldiers and Sailors Committee, which has been in town for a long time, but it kind of went in hiatus over COVID, the select board decided to move it under us as well. So then I became the chair of that committee as well. So I've been doing that since, over both boards, or both committees since 2023. Retired Air Force, first 10 years I was enlisted, actually worked for a living, I was an F-15 aircraft mechanic, and then the last 10 years I crossed over to the dark side and became an officer. And so I ended up retiring as a major. And right now I currently work in Cambridge and utilizing all of my strategic knowledge to help my company. Sometimes they don't know what they signed up for. But really what we really strive to do in the Veterans Advisory Committee, so this committee right here, is help out all of our local veterans. We're kind of limited in what we can do. You know, we're not like politically appointed, if you will, so it's, you know, we're not going to the select board and making decisions with the select board. But we also aren't going out, we can't fundraise for veteran charities and things like that. We can do food drives. We can help pass people to who they need to get in touch with. We can work with Mike here, he's the commander at the VFW, or Carmen, who's the commander of the Legion, and we can help them out with things. But we're kind of, if you think of us kind of as the middlemen, we try to remove any kind of obstacles or roadblocks to help people out. So we're always striving for new ideas on how we can reach out to the veterans of Grafton. I don't like we're just gonna do a benefits brief. It gets, they're everywhere and nobody goes because it's the same information. So instead we're striving to do different things. So last year we did a comedy night, which had a good turnout. It's not just veterans that show up, but it helps get our name out. I think we got 20 people to give us their email address that I added to the list as well. So the other thing about our committee is we can't access town records. So the only way we can reach out to veterans is if they provide their information to us. So that limits our outreach. So we're really big on trying to get the veterans to know that we exist, to have them reach out and help us out, and let us help them out with any issues that they have and stuff. So we do a lot of outreach programs and stuff. The trustees is, that committee focuses on all the memorials around town. We have it easy because the Grafton Cemeteries Department handles the cleaning and maintenance of all the memorials. And what we do is, like right now, there's a big effort to correct a lot of memorials that have missing names on them. And then as Andy mentioned, there's also the latest ones like Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Afghanistan, Iraq, Enduring Freedom, Noble Eagle, all of them that we need to get memorials created for. So a lot of moving pieces right now with the trustees as we get it spun back up. We've got some things that have been sitting out there for a little bit that Andy used to be the chairman for the trustees. So he had a list of things he was trying to get done, and well, we've taken that list on as our task list to get it knocked out for him. So it's a pretty active committee. We get a lot of kudos from the select board, just based off of the help and outreach we try to do. So that was a little bit longer than I expected, but that was just, I wanted to get you a feel for what these committees are and what we'll be doing.
I'm also on the Veterans Advisory Committee at the hospital,
Oh,
which is falling apart basically. Yeah, and the last thing that we did was we got memorial coins made for veterans that are within the hospital to give them. So that's kind of a cool program.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, they had one girl leading it and she was just overwhelmed, and last I knew nobody wanted to pick up the reins, so.
Yeah, okay. I am gonna ask Sean to introduce himself, just because, so Sean is the secretary. Bob DeToma, who is not here, he runs GCTV, the conference room we always steal. He's the vice chairman. So, Sean, if you just wanna give a quick
Hi,
introduction.
Sean McAvey, I was in the Navy for 5 years, 74, 79. I first came on with Justin and Bob when they first stood up this committee. And we just have a great time because we're all like-minded and, we're all just basically pulling in the same direction. And it's really easy to be with a bunch of people that you care about the same thing, and again, there's no egos, they're just having fun and getting it done. So, that's the way I feel anyway.
Yeah, we laugh a lot.
Yeah.
We poke fun at each other a lot too, so.
Yeah.
Andy, I'm sorry, Sean, do you have anything?
That, I'm good.
Okay.
I-
Bill, Mike, do y'all have anything that you wanna bring up before we close out?
No,
I know we still are working on the Sampson Square rededication as
Yep.
well as the bridge dedication, so when I get in touch with Carmen, we'll go over that more. Probably wait till after
Yeah.
Memorial Day, so maybe we'll do it in the, spring, the early fall, so that way it's not 110 out,
Mhm. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that'll be good.
And Lucas is our, point of contact for all the
Yes,
ceremonies
we
and
have his
dedications.
contact information, so we'll reach out to him.
Sounds good.
Good.
All right.
All right, our next meeting is scheduled, the next VAC meeting, Veterans Advisory Committee meeting is scheduled for Thursday, March 20th, 7 o'clock. It'll be hybrid again, so here in the conference room or on Zoom. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion, can I get a second?
Second,
I have a second. So we'll do a roll call vote to adjourn the meeting. Yvonne?
aye.
Andy?
Andy?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Justin, aye. This meeting is closed. I will see y'all again for the trustees meeting at the beginning of March. Thank y'all very much.
Very good.